fly out. They screaming peace when there ain't no peace. Israel prophesying in the streets. Look at me, the center of attention. Black Messiah coming with a vengeance. Coming with a vengeance. Black Messiah coming with a vengeance. They screaming peace, it ain't no peace. We prophesying in the streets. We seeking peace in the streets of Babylon. Brandishing Glock 40s, tucking heat like a carry-on. Sinning against the fathers, got us sleeping, not napping on. Christ the King revealed, that's aerial phenomenon. Kicking against the bricks, lose your soul when that fire come. We purify better than gold, got my Bible on. And that's all that I know, when Babylon gon' fall, watch it blow, ayy. Switching it up, the nations gon' drink it, I'm talking the cup. Don't care what you thinking, believe in the gospel. The God is thinking, the fires of heaven gon' gather for dinner. The ear of the flesh, the wicked, the sinner. Your mama, your sister, your daddy, your cousin. If they issue, if they mind, they don't repent.
Hey, how you doing? Hey, sis, how you doing? How you doing, Tasha?
Good. So you know, hey, Sister Tasha, she on her way to go to her baby's graveside. I just want to show her that all this happened for a reason.
Right.
That God do all these things.
Right.
And that for her to be at ease and not hurt so much. Because my mama buried my little brother, so I know I see the pain in her face. And I just want to give her sister some comfort. Right. And let her know, you know, that for whatever reason, the Most High saw fit. It happened because it was his doing. Right. So, you know him, so I'm let him know.
How you doing, that sis? I see the pain in your eye right now. Hey, but bro, read that right there. Okay. Come back and holler at me, man. So how you been? Pray, what you say you about to go now?
My baby graveside.
Your baby died?
COVID.
Right. Damn. That COVID hitting everybody, man. That COVID hitting there, and especially it's hitting our people. Why is that? Give me that Deuteronomy 20:15. I just want you to understand. See, one thing that what happened to us, why do we live the way we live? See, us growing up, we thought living in the hood, we never thought about why do I gotta live like this and not go on the other side of town and it look totally different. You know what I'm saying? Why I gotta go to the mall on the other side of town when we got the biggest mall in the state and it's closed? You get what I'm saying? Give me Deuteronomy 7:6. Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6. For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God. You hear that talk? God said that the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, which are the Israelites, are a holy people. Read. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people. God said that the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we are a chosen people. Read. Unto himself. Unto himself. Read. Above all people that are upon the face of the earth. You see that, Tasha? We above all people on the face of this earth. So with that being said, if we above all people, God said that the so-called black, Hispanics, and Native Americans, which your father, he a so-called black man, right? So you come from the tribe of Judah. You're an Israelite from the tribe of Judah. So with that being said, why is this all of a sudden that every plague or every disease gotta hit our community? Why we gotta deal with HIV? Why we gotta deal with high blood pressure, diabetes, give me another, COVID, you know what I'm saying? Everything that's going on, it always hit our community the hard. Give me that, Deuteronomy 28 and 15. Look at Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments, and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. So God said, look here, we made a covenant with the Most High, the so-called black, Hispanics, and Native Americans, which are the Israelites. We made a covenant with the Most High. God said, if you kept my commandments, I'll put you on high. Read that. Go to 1. Verse 1. But it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth. So God said if we kept his commandments, his laws, statutes, and commandments, he'll set us on high above all nations on the face of this earth. Ask you a question, Tasha. Is we on high above all nations right now? Heck no. Heck no. Go to 15 now. Verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not
hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake you.
You see that? So a lot of curses were going to come upon us and overtake us because we don't keep God's law. Why you think we're in slavery? Why you think we went into slavery for? God said, go to 32.
Verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
What is this? What is this? He said our sons and our daughters were going to be given unto another people, Tasha. What is it? What that look like right there? That's slavery right there. Has it ended? No, it ain't ended. Because the same bull crap we were going through then, we going through now. The only difference is back then, the so-called white man, he gave us everything we needed. We lived under his roof, he fed us, he clothed us, but we had to still go out there and work 100 hours a week. The same thing now. We wake up, only difference is now he just give us the money to go do it ourselves. That's it. Read that again.
Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
You see that? So our sons and our daughters are going to be starting to get to another people. What happens if you don't take care of your kids? Who come and get your kids? DHS. Who is the DHS? The so-called white man, the other nation. Right. You got to prove to another nation that you are a good mother. Ain't that something? They don't live how we live. Right. They don't go through the same thing we go through. So why I got to prove to this dude or this woman that I'm a good mother when I'm trying my best? You know what I'm saying? You done worked 2-3 jobs before. You know what I'm saying? You know how it is to try to take care of your kids. You know what I'm saying? But the so-called white man say, look here. You ain't doing a good, give me your kid. Snatch your kid, come to court. See, you done went through that before. So that's what I'm saying. So what you had to do then, you had to go to the courthouse to prove to these people that I'm a good mom, that I do the best I can. Right. Read that again.
Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thine eyes shall look and fell with longing for them all the day long.
And that's what happened to you? When you fell in, when they took your kids, when you like, damn, I want my kids back. You know what I'm saying? That's a curse. You get what I'm saying? The reason why we go through these things, Tasha, is because we don't keep the God's commandments.
Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today. Shalom.
Keep going, go to 65.
Verse 65. And among these nations,
Go up. Yeah, 61.
61. Also, every sickness and every plague.
So God said every sickness and every plague, read,
which is not written in the book of this law.
which is not written in the book of this law. Let me ask you a question. If COVID wrote in the Bible, God said every sickness and every plague that is not wrote in this Bible, read,
Them will the Lord bring upon thee until thou be destroyed.
who suffering the most from COVID? Black folk.
Read out.
You know what I'm saying? That ain't a coincidence right there. You get what I'm saying? We the one that's suffering from COVID. Anything, any disease that the so-called white man put out, who is aimed to kill? Who suffer the most from it? We do. So just with that scripture right there, it goes to show that we gotta be the Israelites. We live in the worst areas. We suffer from all major diseases. You get what I'm saying? And God said what? 61.
Verse 61. Also, every sickness and every plague which is not written in the book of this law, them will the Lord bring upon thee until thou be destroyed.
You see that? So these sicknesses and these plagues that God put up on us because we didn't keep His law, they're gonna always be upon us until we be destroyed. Now, is we destroyed all together? Is all the so-called black people dead on the ground? It was talking about your mental state. You know what I'm saying? Now, our people are eventually going to be getting killed because of these diseases. Because majority of our people are suffering from this. Go to Hosea 4:1. Then I said go to, where it say I killed.
Hosea chapter 4 and verse 1. Hear the word of the Lord. Verse 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
You see that? Our people are destroyed from the lack of knowledge. Let me ask you this, Tom. You know, Our people knew that the greatest man on the face of this earth was a so-called black man. How will we treat one another? Wouldn't that make a big difference? That'll make a big difference to know that the greatest man on the face of this earth was a black man. Jesus Christ, the black Messiah. But what happened though in the course of time, when we went into slavery, what they do? They changed him. They changed his image. They destroyed his image. So instead of us saying that, instead of going to these churches and seeing a black man on the wall, you see a white picture. What does that do to a people that's already destroyed? What does that do when you say, okay, the greatest man on the face of the earth was a white man, he wasn't black? You get what I'm saying? What does that do to a people? How you doing there, brother? What does it do to a people to know that the greatest man on the face of this earth was a black man? I'm asking you that question too, sis. I'm asking you that question too. What does that do for our people? It'll make them feel good. That'll decrease the murders. Because if I step on your shoe, now, if you step on a brother's shoe or a sister's shoe right now, what's going to happen? You might have to fight him. You may have to fight this dude. Why? Because throughout our whole generation, what they been calling them? Niggas, porch monkeys, super predators. They always call us all these things. So how you think that do? How you do?
I'm finna move my car forward.
Okay. So huh?
I ain't trying to run off, y'all.
Right.
I gotta go, but I'm saying, I'm listening to you.
Call that number, sis, on the back. On the back of that flight, yeah. On the back of that, our number on the back. And the stuff we doing out here now,
Yeah, because like I said, I do need to.
Right. And we got a school, 727 Gallatin Street. Come up there. I understand you grieving right now, but I want you to understand why you grieving. Our people suffering because we destroy it for the lack of knowledge. We don't keep God's law. And it's going to continue to happen. God sending these plagues. God putting it on the so-called white man's mind to make all this stuff to punish us. Everything that's going on the face of this world is because of the Israelites. Go to Psalms 80. Hold that. Go to Psalms 82 and 5. Go to Psalms 82 and 5. How you doing, brother?
I'm a clown.
Harriman? Okay, hit me up. All right.
Psalm. Book of Psalms chapter 82 and verse 5. They know not, neither will they understand.
It said to the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, they don't know, they know not, which means they don't know their nationality no more.
How about one of those shirts?
Huh?
How about one of those shirts?
You gotta earn this shirt. All praise. Just like you had to earn to be in that uniform, you gotta earn to get this shirt. But you can earn to get this shirt. You start now. Just by walking up here, learning your nationality, you learning now, you earning now. You get what I'm saying? Now the next step is what? Read that. We're gonna read this and then I'm gonna go through the whole thing.
They know not, neither will they understand. They walk all in darkness.
They walk all in darkness. A lot of people walk in darkness. Who holds the highest murder rate in Jackson, Mississippi?
As far as like demographics?
Yeah.
African American.
African American. Why? Read that again.
They walk all in darkness.
They walk all in darkness. Read.
All the foundations of the earth are out of course.
You see that? Because we out of course, because the greatest people on the face of this earth is out of course, guess what? Everything else is throughout of course. You get what I'm saying? That's why we going through the thing we going through. Why do you think all these wars going on? It ain't because a certain nation hate a certain nation. It's because of us. It's because of the Israelites, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Now on this sign right here, you got what your God-given name, and you got what the slave master called. According to this sign, what was your father? Was he a so-called African American? Was he a so-called West Indian black? A Haitian? What was your father?
Jewish.
Your father was a so-called black man, right? So you would be an Israelite from the tribe of Judah. You should be like, okay, damn, I ain't know that. Yeah, okay, you get what I'm saying? Give me Deuteronomy 7 and 6.
Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6. For thou art a holy people.
You hear that? God said that the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are a holy people. These are the Israelites, right? Read.
Unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people.
Who jumped the highest? You remember back in the day when Michael Jordan, when he jumped from the free throw line, that was amazing back in the day. We do that on a normal basis now, right?
I was telling somebody about that.
Right.
I've seen this movie before. about.
Yep.
Sad.
It's sad, but it's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
It was way more, brutal and what's the word? Vulgar than any other movie.
Right.
I don't think this movie legal here.
The stuff they did to us, that's just child's play. Remember, whatever this man thought about, he did. Anything. Those are the curses that we about to read. Read that again.
For thou art an holy people to the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Who wins the wars in his nation? The so-called black man under Tuskegee Airmen. When these guys jumped straight from the plantation and knew how to fly a plane. You get what I'm saying? They didn't have formal education to know how to fly a plane. But when they flew those planes, did any of them bombers die? These are the only people that flew planes and escorted them bombers to where they had to go, and nobody died. These supposed to be the people that can't learn nothing. These supposed to be the people that can't be educated, the scum of the earth. But we do everything the greatest.
It's so much I gotta ask. I ain't got no time.
What you gotta ask, bro?
I'm just saying. I'm seeing this. I never see the board team.
Right. That's Pope. Right. He drew him. And when did he do it? That was during the Renaissance period. Give me Malachi 1 and 4. But yeah, that's Leonardo. That's Alexander, Pope Alexander. What's his name? Yeah, the 6th son. That's a real photograph. Cedric Borgia. You ever seen that movie called The Borgias that used to come on HBO?
I ain't never seen
Right.
it.
Yeah. That's who painted them. Leonardo da Vinci, Donatello, all of them, they call those iconicals, image breakers. That's what they were doing. So every image, remember the Bible used to have pictures in it. You know what I'm saying? But what they did was they went through our scriptures, and everything they seen black, they started to draw it white. You read that?
Book of Malachi chapter 1 and verse 4. Whereas Edom said.
So whereas Edom said, Edom is Esau, the so-called white man. That's his real nationality, his real name. Nationality. You get what I'm saying? Read.
We are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate place.
They went impoverished when we went into the Dark Age. When Septimius Severus had destroyed the Roman Empire, and then they called it the Holy Roman Empire. That was during the Dark Ages. That's when you call them the Moors. That's when we started.
I was talking about Moors today.
Right, but yeah, Moors just mean black. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't a nationality. That was just what they called them, because that meant black. But when Septimius Severus had conquered Rome, they called it the Roman Empire, the Holy Roman Empire. We went into the Dark Age. That's what he's saying. Read that again.
Whereas Edom said,
whereas the white man said,
we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate place.
When he did that, when he started rebuilding in the desolate places, was in 1451. That's when they called the Renaissance period. Renaissance means what? Rebirth. So what happened, they came and started conquering everything again. You get what I'm saying? They started conquering everything. 1492, that's when the so-called Northern Kingdom, they came over into the Americas and they started conquering America, which was called Archers back in the day. You get what I'm saying?
We used to scream black power while Heron was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.